Hello, in this video I'll be explaining how to do fine-tuning to ChatGPT using the official OpenAI API. Now, before we start, I'd just like to say, for this tutorial we'll be doing it in JavaScript, and before we begin, we would need a few things. The first thing is an API key, and how you can get this is go to platform.openai.com and then press view API keys and press create new secret key, and this allows you to make a new OpenAI API key, and that will just look like this. Now, once you get this, I'm assuming you know how to use Node.js. So here I have a simple project here, and so basically, if you don't have this, how you make this is just open up your code editor to a new folder. What you can do is run this command npm init and just go through this, and you'll make this package.json file. This is assuming you have Node.js installed. And once you have that, you can install the OpenAI package by doing npm I OpenAI. And this will make the rest of the files you need, and from here you can actually start coding, and that's how you basically set up. I will restore my training data, actually, if I can find it. Okay, so anyways, I had, after that, once you have this set up, you would need a training data, and that is what is used to fine-tune the model to suit your needs. And to get the training data, you can actually go here, and this is the sample training data for a chatbot. So, and this is the one for a prompt and completion, which is the other models like Babbage and DaVinci. These are the older generation models. But the new models, you would need the chatbot format, and that's what we're going to be using in this video. And basically how this works is just a line, like a list of JSON objects. So each line is its own JSON object, and it will have a messages array containing an array of these objects that has role system, role user, or role assistant. And system is like the guiding prompt that will guide the AI. User is like a sample user typing to the chatbot, and role assistant is the response of the fine-tuned AI chatbot. So basically, how it should behave. And this is giving information to be trained onto the chatbot. And I will provide a link to this document in the video description, so you can really take a look at the full tutorial to make a chatbot, to make the training data. And then once we have that training data, then you want to go to the code. So for me, what I actually did is I don't have the time to actually write out a training data or have any data source. So what I did is use ChatGPT, gave it the sample format, and told it to make some more data for a chatbot. And this chatbot is modeling a customer support bot for Google, and it's able to answer any Google related question, and it will also ignore it will also refuse to answer a question if it's not related to Google services. So for example, if a user says tell me a joke, it will say I'm sorry, I can only assist with Google related inquiries. And you want to add stuff like this in your training data so that the bot learns from this kind of stuff as well, since that's how users can act. Now once you got your training data in your folder where you're doing all this stuff, make a new file, call it training.jsonl. JSONL, so that's an L. And in this file you want to put in your full training data. And now, once we have our project set up in a blank folder, and then we have this training data added on here, finally we can actually start writing the code. Again, like I said, this is going to be in JavaScript, but in the next video I will do a tutorial in Python as well. So now once you make a new file called index.js, what you can do is, first of all, import the OpenAI class. So you do require OpenAI dot OpenAI, and this will import the OpenAI class. In that, you want to make a new OpenAI object. Do that. Do new OpenAI, and then you want to provide your API key as a JSON object. So that API key is what we got from going here. Press new secret key. Put a name. It can be any name. Just copy that and just stick it in here as a string, like that. And now you have OpenAI basically initialized. Now that that's done, what we can do is make a function to basically, first of all, upload this training data to OpenAI. So you need to upload it, then you need to do the actual training job. So to upload it, to do a sync function upload, and then in here, we want to do await OpenAI dot files dot create, and this is a function to upload a file. And in here, you can actually refer to the OpenAI documentation here. Not this, but this official OpenAI library. Here you can actually see the file upload documentation. And what you want to do here is use the syntax to create, and you put the file here, and here you want to do fs, which is a file system, and you want to put in the training JSON. And once you have that, and you can also put in a purpose, I guess, which should be fine-tuned since we're using it for fine-tuning. Now, make sure to import the fs module. It's the default module, so you do not need to download it or anything like that. So now we need to run this function upload, and let's log this output to see if it works. So to run this, make sure if you have Node.js installed and you're on that folder, you can basically open up a terminal by just dragging it up from here. So open up a terminal, and here you just type in node dot, and this, we got an error. Oh, so I see what happened here. So basically, there should not be these empty breaks here. So I will just clear those out real quick. Okay, and basically it should be exactly in this kind of format. Let's try this again. And now we have a file which is uploaded, we got status uploaded, and we got this file ID. Now this file ID is really important because it's what lets us actually upload to the API, actually fine tune. So let's make a note of this ID saying variable. So we have this ID now, and we want to do the fine tune job. So let's make a new function called fine tune, and in here, let's look at the documentation, and search for fine tune. Okay, so this is OpenAI.finetunes.create method, and this is what we're going to be using to do const fine tune equals OpenAI finetunes.create, and in here you want to put basically two things. First, your training file, which is the ID of the training file. Second thing is the model you want to do it to. Now, in this case, we're doing the latest ChatGPT model, which will be GPT 3.5 Turbo. Now, soon you'll be able to do it to GPT-4 also, but this is what they support currently. So, make sure you put that wait. So, let's see what happens if we run this fine-tune job. So, let's call this fine-tune function. So, press node dot, not invalid. Okay. We're going to use the new Finetune API. I will take a look at this one second. Okay, super sorry about that. So apparently they changed the API. So you have to use this new syntax now. So instead of that, you have to use OpenAI.finetunes.jobs. Okay, no. OpenAI.finetuning.jobs.create, and you put training file, and can you put a model here? yeah, you can put the model as well. So let's try this. So we just gotta call it this instead. Okay, now we have the fine-tuned model created, and let's see. So we can actually make a code that will check what state it is actually in. So because right now it's only created, it might take a bit for it to actually run the fine-tuned job. So let's go back here. Okay, so there's endpoint to list the jobs, but we need the retrieving endpoint. So I'll use this code actually. And basically we're doing OpenAI.finetuning.jobs.retrieve. Instead of this ID, let's put our new ID that we just got. Let's see if we get anything useful. So there's we know the status is running now. So maybe it's gonna take a bit to run. And yeah, I will pause the video and let's see how we can use this model next. Okay, I also realized this is another API called Finetuning Events. So let's use the list event. So this will actually give us more information about what's going on in the background. So let's try this event. Okay, so now we see an array of events. So the first event was created at this timestamp, and it's an info, and it says function has been created, and now the job has been started. So yeah, we can periodically run this, or I guess you can use a loop or something as well. That's another solution. And yeah, let's see what happens. So it's been about 15 minutes since I created that fine-tune, and it's actually done that. So there's been a bunch of steps, and after that it just says new fine-tune model created, and then fine-tuning job successfully completed. Now this is actually a real glitch where the first time it just said a message, fine-tuning failed, retrying, but then after it retried, it just started working. So yeah, everything is good now. So now let's go over how we can actually use this model. And I won't go too in-depth in this, but if you actually go to your OpenAI playground, you will actually see a list of models called Finetunes, and you can just press this model, and then say, I don't know, and then let's just use the same system prompt that we use here. So, mine is a nice, friendly bot, something. So we use the same system prompt, and we can say, like, tell me a joke. And it'll say the message that we trained it with. Now that's pretty cool. Now, how do I upload a YouTube video? And now it should technically answer. And then you got the response. And notice how it's concise and, similar in the style of how we have it here. So it's not really like long, detailed messages, unlike what ChatGPT normally provides. And to access this model in code, you would just use it normally. So if you just look here in this usage section, instead of putting GPT 3.5, you would just put in this text here, or it's also available from here. Fine-tuning model created, you just put this in, and then you can access the model like you would with any other OpenAI model. Anyways, that is how you fine-tune a model in using the OpenAI API in JavaScript. Next, I'll make a video on Python as well. But let me know if you have any issues doing this. I will make sure to look at every comment and I will respond. So yeah, make sure to leave a comment. And thanks for watching. See you.